I told you where your environment was, Abdul Rahman. It was in the northern region, known for its rich biodiversity and unique climate. This area supports diverse flora and fauna and has historically been vital to local culture and economy. Its significance lies in its role in ecological balance and human livelihood. Understanding this is key to appreciating the connection between nature and society. Oh. In the View Active View setting and in the View by Board configuration area, this is the view. I'm going to choose the light. See how the lighting hit down there? It's going to make a difference. It will change how everything looks in the scene when it's turned off. Now I've set things up. I have a new goal with all white light hitting the ground and bouncing off that car. When I render it like this and say render, I should see something because once it works out right, I'll have lighting showing up clearly. Of course, all of this needs to be adjusted from the camera 1. So it takes time and it compresses. So now I've got everything set up. I have a new goal with all white light hitting the ground and bouncing off that car. When I render, I'm going to hit render and I should see something. I should have lighting showing up when it works. Of course, all of this needs to be adjusted. What's this from? This is from the camera 1. So it takes time and compresses. Of course, I'm telling you the lighting is showing up for me. You just need to focus on the viewport. You definitely need to stop to choose the viewport. What is this from? This is from the camera 1, so it takes time and pressure. Of course, I am telling you that the lighting is visible to me. Of course, the viewport is the only one you can focus on. Of course, you have to stop to choose the viewport. What I want to say is that I can cancel at any time. The lighting I set up in this scene is working well for me. Look, notice how it lights up some areas and leaves others darker. The lighting is fixed in its place, so the car is showing up and the ground is lit up while the front part is off, which we took yesterday. So I should adjust the lighting inside the car, make it part of the group. Where's it from? From the group. And I should raise it a bit instead of having it hit the ground like that. Did you notice the light? How's it going? Of course, I had to make sure that to turn on the light, it wouldn't be the difficult light. The difficult light is the natural lighting. Here, I'm saying I want my full light. Did you notice the light? How's it going? Of course, I had to make sure that to turn on the light, it wouldn't be the difficult light. The difficult light is the natural lighting. Here, I'm saying I want my full light. I want my light. All right? The level can be basic, that's not a problem, but I want my lighting. And I can set its quality to high quality. It takes its time. It doesn't make a difference. So the lighting stays high quality and everything is good. Because if I set this depth inside or color it, it will give me the tones I want to create. So this white light, I can take it and make it white. The second light, when it's white, I can modify it to turn it red. And the third light, I can modify it to turn it blue. And I can modify this last light to make it Can you confirm if the sound is coming through? Is the sound coming through, guys? I felt like it cut off for a bit. Just to make sure. Is the sound okay? It actually cut off for a second while I was playing with the lighting, you know. Anyway, these 4 lights that I'm working on right now, I just wanted to show you where to turn them on from. So I have 4 Omni lights. This one, and this one, and this one, which I get from the selection or from there. I'm going to remove the 4 Omni lights completely. So when I turn them off, there won't be any full light. It's pointless. It's just the default light. So in the normal render, the scene looks like a natural thing when you hit F10. And you choose the complete overview, and it shows you the natural scene with natural lighting from the scene. This is really important. for you to be aware of. All right, let's delve into the details. Initially, we need to consider the various aspects that contribute to the overall understanding of the situation. It's important to take into account the different perspectives and the underlying factors that play a crucial role in shaping the outcome. By examining these elements, we can gain a comprehensive view that allows us to make scene. Memorize. Floor above, free spot light raised. Light red, not visible. Control scene, your light. So if I come in with a floor from above in this color and I put a light above too, which is free spot. I placed it from above, unlit, positioned it slightly higher. So I have a light here, and this light's modify or color must be correct, but its color should be red and it's not showing up in the scene as discussed. And firstly, you can fully control your scene. This is your light. This is, for example, active perspective view and all your settings. I placed it like this from above without turning it on. Just put it here and raised it a bit. So I have a light here, and this light's modify or color should be right, but its color should be red. And it's not showing up in the scene because of what we talked about. And initially you can control your scene from everything. This is your light. This is, for example, active perspective view and all your settings. But here, from the active section, I can choose my light. This is, for example, active perspective view and all your settings. But here from the active section, I can carefully choose my preferred light option. Specifically, I am selecting the vibrant and intense red spotlight, which is known for its striking effect and ability to create a dramatic atmosphere. So its color is red. I'm coloring it red. If I take another copy of it, I use Shift and Move. And there will be an intersection and stuff with it. I took a copy and said this second color should be blue. So there will be a color blend. If I take a copy of that blue and use Shift and Move like this, I took a copy and made it red, green, and blue, blending the colors between the three primary colors. You know what I mean. Red, green, and blue. So it will show you the travel. So I took a cup. Dr. Mohammed, how is the sound cutting off? Sorry, I just want to make sure. Is the sound working or cutting off? I said if it cut off for a second before I started talking in the live. It's working. It's working perfectly. All right. All right. It's working. It's working. All right. Let's continue. But the break is in 3 minutes. This is a color blend. What's happening here? This is a color blend. If I made a game and started burning the lights like I'm doing for a wedding, for example, I would say I'm going to use the rotate feature. I'll come here, turn on the auto, and say I have 3 lights. I'll select 3 lights, 3 spots, and save their initial positions. Then I'll take them spot to spot. For example, I'll take this first spot and make it move like this. Then at the end, it'll move like this. First, let's keep it in the middle, 50%, and move it a bit away. And this second spot will move like this, and the third spot will move like this. So I'll fix their movements here, so they'll be moving away from each other. I can repeat this and bring them closer again. For example, the third spot on the diagram will move in this particular manner, shifting its position as shown. So I can fix their movements here, so they were moving away from each other. I can repeat this and bring them closer again, for example. The lights will move together, but I'm not going to do that right now. What am I going to do? I'll take them one by one and bring them closer together again in a way that I'll stretch them, swap their positions, or not really swap their positions, but swap the area they're illuminating. Like I just mentioned a little while ago about weddings, the lights will move together, but I'm not going to do that right now. What am I going to do? I'll take them one by one and bring them closer together again in a way that I'll stretch them, swap their positions, or not really swap their positions, but swap the area they're illuminating. Like I just mentioned a little while ago about weddings. Like weddings, I mentioned a little while ago about civilizations. But the one in the platform is to reflect me. See the process. Hit play to check movement. White, yellow, and cream colors form. Short break, keep working. Continue with light for rendering. Press F10, not F9, to adjust. Pay attention to how white, yellow, and brown colors are formed at home and the color intervention. You can do a lot of this and make things right. Of course, we have 2 minutes left before the break. Let's take a break for just half an hour, but I want you to keep working. I'm going to continue with this light. This light is really important. If I'm going to do a render, I need to set the render settings first and give it a chance to adjust. And right now, it can't see anything. It's completely black. You need to press F10, not F9, and start adjusting these settings. Render, hidden geometry, area light, force to sight. Oh, did you mention hidden geometry earlier? These settings are render, hidden geometry, area light, force to sight. Oh, hidden geometry earlier. Let's just see if it works or not. Of course, you review your entire settings. You have a bunch of settings related to light, area, geometry, and all those effects. You adjust everything by reviewing your settings and turning on Compute Advanced Light when required to see how things are looking. There were issues with the light at first when you were trying to set things up. After that, what do? You try to work and adjust Compute Advanced Light when needed and observe the results. The light requires effort to perfect. What matters is the viewport. Interactive render. It's the perspective. Check any option that needs adjusting or has changed. We'll adjust it like we did. They're flowers. This is important. I need to save it. Light and perspective review. Adjust and save. Break, meet after Maghrib. Thanks. Render. Okay, it's the perspective. I really took the perspective. We're just reviewing this thing, but I don't want to waste your break time. We're in this together and let's see how things are going with it. Check any option that needs adjusting or has changed its position. We'll adjust it just like we did with their flowers. This is important. I need to save it because it gives you the strength of the light and how the colors are changing. All right, everyone, we're going to take a break for half an hour and we'll meet again, God willing, after half an hour after the Maghrib prayer. Thank you all so much. And for now, it's a half-hour break. Peace be upon you. Because it gives you the strength of the light and how the colors are changing. All right, everyone, we're going to take a break for half an hour, and we'll meet again, God willing, after half an hour after the Maghrib prayer. Thank you all so much, and for now it's a half-hour break. Peace be upon you.